So this is the 2016 Junior Cert Ordinary Level Paper 2, and this is question 2. Each of the 12 numbers in the table below is written on a piece of paper. Each student in the class picks a sample of 5 different numbers from these. So here's our sample of numbers here. There's 12 of them. Rory picks the following sample: 3, 7, 13, 29 and 37. Rory says, "My sample does not have a single mode. Explain why Rory is correct." Okay, well, the mode is the most common number, or the number that appears most often. And if you look at this sample of numbers, at Rory's sample, there is no number that appears twice or more than once. So all we need to say is that no number appears more than once. Okay. Part B. Jen says, "My sample has a median of 19. Write down a sample of 5 different numbers from the table that has a median of 19. Okay, well, the median is the middle number in a group of numbers when the numbers are in order from smallest to biggest. So if her median is 19, the middle number, which would be this box, must be 19. And her sample, then the other numbers, these 2 numbers here would be lower than 19, and these 2 should be higher than 19. So if we go back and look at the sample, we can pick any 2 numbers that are lower than 19. So we could just pick 2 and 3. So 2 here, 3 here. There's lots of other numbers we could pick. And now any 2 numbers that are higher than 19. So there's 19, and all these numbers here are higher, so we could pick 23 and 31. So 23 and 31. Okay, so there is one of the answers, one of the possible answers for part B. Part C, Missy says, "My sample has the biggest possible range. Write down a sample of 5 different numbers from the table that has the biggest possible range, and then find the range of this sample." Okay, well, the range is the biggest value, take away the smallest value, or the biggest value, subtract the smallest value. So if we go back to our set of numbers, the biggest value is 37 and the smallest is 2. So they're going to be definitely the smallest and the biggest, 2 and 37. And the range doesn't care about any of the values in between, so we can just pick any other 3 numbers in there. So let's just pick the same ones as we had here, 3, 19 and 23. So 3, 19, 23. You could pick any 3 numbers from the sample. Okay, so the range then is 37, the biggest number, subtract the smallest, which is 2. So that is 35. So that's the answer for the range, 35. Okay, part D. Column says, "My sample has the smallest possible mean." Okay, so write down the sample of 5 different numbers from the table that has the smallest possible mean, and then find the mean of this sample. Well, the mean is when you add the 5 numbers up together and divide by 5. So if you want the smallest mean, we're going to use the 5 smallest numbers. So let's go back and check. The 5 smallest numbers would be 2, 3, 5, 7 and 11. So let's put them in. 2, 3, 5, 7 and 11. And if we're going to find the mean of these numbers, we're going to add them up and we're going to divide our answer by 5. So you should show your working, add these numbers up. So that adds to 2 and 3 is 5 and 5 is 10, 7 is 17 and 11 is 28. So that's our total. We're going to divide that 28 divided by the amount of numbers, which is 5. If you do that in your calculator, 28 divided by 5, that gives you 28 over 5 as a fraction, or you can write that as a decimal, which is 5.6. And that's the end of question number 2.